Hey guys, give me a 1 and check if y'all can hear me okay. My computer decided to crap out again just as I asked if y'all wanted me to go live. It just died. So just give me a second here. Oh, I'm trying to bring everything back up. Don't know what the problems are. Okay. Okay, Michael Ann says she can hear me okay. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, nerves are getting to me. I have a little fan here that runs off USB port, and I went to plug it back in, and the computer went thump again. So I have no clue what is happening. So I'm going to get on the phone with Best Buy. Luckily, it is under warranty. But I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Because my live was set up for, on here, and it was just, I was in a panic mode there for a minute. So just give me a minute. Huh? All right, let's say some hellos. Ms. Ellie, hello, hello. Nate, Land Cloud Adventures. It was so good to talk to you last night, son. Debbie F, hello, hello. Diane Phoenix. How are you all? Michael Ann, hello. Angel, Gypsy, Diane Phoenix. Okay, let me get back down here. Bernadette Van Wyck. Oh, gosh. Thank you, girl, for having my back. I know my computer was working at 4 o'clock this morning because Bernadette brought it to my attention that I had the date wrong on my thumbnail. So I went in and corrected it. Oh, goodness. So I thank you again for that. Amy and Amnes, I can't say that word, Amnes Hayes Adventures. Hello, hello, honey. It's so glad to see you. Dream on Wheels, hello, hello. Oh, Teal Skies, there you are, honey. I love that name. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Lee, the Aqua Adventurer. There's my man. How are you, honey? And Jay, thank you for being here. James Cantonese, hello, honey. I haven't got to see you in a while. Oh, gosh, so glad you all are here. Still driving home in 10 minutes. Lee, you be careful driving. Yes, yes, yes. So, whew. Joy Blessed Life, hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, I think I got caught up, everybody. I'm telling you. I automatically go into panic mode when things don't go right. And when I came in to get ready for the show, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do now, So yes, I had to slow down. Had to take a deep breath. Let me get a drink here. Like my new mug. Isn't that awesome? And on the back, adventure awaits. Find yours and make the memories. Isn't that just awesome? I love my cup. Thank you, Unite. Oh, happy birthday, James. Ooh, a velvet cake. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to get my mind back on track. So how is everybody this week? How was your week? Anything exciting or new? Oh, tell me about your week. How y'all been doing? And do you like that mug? And I got a couple of shirts done like that too. So I'm thinking about making that part of my merchandise. It's Clara Aurora. Hello, hello. Hello, honey. Welcome, welcome. Diane saying she needs a mug. Yeah, I need to get with you. Call me and we need to talk about doing some of those. Maybe I can get a couple to, you know, give away or sell or something other. See what I can do with them. Because I really like them. And my mom saw mine. I had to make sure it wasn't in her pocket when she left the house. She's like, that looks pretty nice. I'd like to have one of those. Oh, goodness. Debbie F says the weather stinks. Rainy, cold, windy, and we'll say fluffy. Oh, I don't want that word. Yeah, that's why we're home today. It is just dreary looking. It's not raining, but the wind is blowing and it is cold out there. And so we decided to take today off, but we did get out Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. And took Kane. He had to have his annual shots. And so we took him to have his shots done. And while we were there, we had Baby Belle's nails clipped. So, and then of course the dogs know that as soon as we leave the vet's office, we go to the Golden Arches. Yeah. So they were like, let's go, let's go, let's go. I keep up here. Yeah, James. I just doesn't, it's funny though, because I have seen, it's like since I've made a commitment to be more active on my channel and to be more consistent and all of this stuff, seems like I work harder. And I'm sorry, guys, about that. Um, it seems like I stay busier, and I still haven't got to edit the videos from the races that we went to Saturday. I did throw that little short slideshow up when we got there. Sorry, guys. Allergies are making my eyes water. We were sitting there, and Rick says, "Did you see Greg?" And I'm like, "Greg who, And he's like, "Carby." I haven't seen Greg Carby in, I bet you it's been 6, 7 years when he quit racing, or I quit. Sorry, about that time. But anyhow, he had quit racing about 4 years ago. Now that man has got some talent when it comes to racing. Um, but he literally could not get in and out of the car anymore. So he ended up having to have both his kneecaps replaced, both knees replaced. So after he did that and had his physical therapy, he had worked out a deal to drive for a guy, and they were getting that car up and running. And then the gentleman passed away. And so, it took him, he didn't have a car to drive in. So he went ahead and got his own car. And he's teasing. He's like, sorry, guys. He just got him a stock, crate motor put in it. And he told me, he said, "Now don't get excited. I'm just here to lay down some laps to see what I need to tune up and, and all that stuff. And I'm like, just seeing him back on the tracks was a treat. I mean, it really was. But it's funny because he is so meticulous with his car, um, with his old car. And so to see him out there in that crate motor and sorry, it backfiring and, and everything, it was hilarious. But, he ran it enough to where he got his start and stop money. Um, but he ran it enough to where he knows what he has to work on. Um, Alan Schaefer, hello, hello, honey. Sorry I missed you coming in. Lee, glad you're home. Um, and so just sitting back out on that track, um, it made my heart happy, you know. So definitely we'll be going to more races next spring, next summer and stuff. Of course, I passed out some of my stickers, and they're like so excited. They want, yeah, definitely going to be putting them on their cars. So that'll be fun to see if that happens. And so, I just think it's just awesome that he's um, like somebody had mentioned in one of the comments, you can take the guy out of the race, but you can't take the race out of the guy. And that's the way Greg is. And Elizabeth Lizzie Lou, hello, hello. And so it was so good to see see Greg back at the tracks. And so it was amazing. That was a good start to our weekend. And we just been, that was Saturday. Then Sunday morning, about 7:30, my son calls me. He's like, Mom, I need you to take me to the emergency room. Of course, I'm wide awake then. It's like, oh my God, what happened? What'd you do? And he's like, my mouth is hurting and it's swollen. And come to find out, his 90-pound German Shepherd headbutted him. John Chalker, welcome, welcome. It His dog headbutted him and hit him here in the lip, in the mouth. Well, a couple hours after that, he was adjusting his shirt. You know how you'll pull your shirt up, and his hand slipped off, and he punched himself in the same spot. And so it was hurting him. And of course, when I picked him up, so you could see it was swollen and stuff. And so they're like, okay, yeah, you probably got some kind of abscess or something. Just here's you some mouthwash, and take you some ibuprofen, and here's you some antibiotics. So we're like, okay. That was Sunday. Then Monday, Rick had a doctor's appointment, and we had called in an order or we had went online and done an order for Walmart. And I am not kidding you all. I guess where I had been out in public, for 2 days straight there, I slept the whole trip to Huntington. I stayed in the car while Rick went into the doctor's office, and I slept the whole time. And about halfway back, um, I fell asleep again. And I mean, it's like all I wanted to do Tuesday was sleep. And, or, yeah, that was Tuesday, I think it was. Well, then the next day, Wednesday, my son calls me and says, Mom, I need you to take me back. I'm like, honey, I can't. I can't do it. For one, I didn't trust myself staying awake. And I told him, I said, I've peopled too much already. I said, call your dad, which his dad did take him, and they had to go in and lance it and all that stuff. But I talked to him later, and I told him, what all I had been doing. He said, Mom, I didn't know, you had been out that much. I totally understand now, because he was a little upset. But, but after I told him, he understood, because he knows my issues. So I have been the rest of the week trying to get caught up mentally, you know. And then so yesterday or Thursday we took the dogs and to the vet. Just had a nice little drive. It was fun and relaxing. And so um, then, like I said, everything was going good. And then like I said, when it changes weather, I have trouble sleeping anyway. But when the time changes and the weather changes, I get all messed up. But yeah, then I get up to do the live today or moderate Kevin's, and uh, the computer craps out on me. I was like, oh no, 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 can't do this. So if anybody has an extra computer that's just lying around, they want to sell really, 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 really dirt cheap, so I could have a backup, I would just be, elated. And so I'm going to have to either get this one fixed, or I need to get my own anyway. This one is rigged. So, okay. Joy, bless life. What holiday plans do you all have? Well, it's funny because I don't know. My mom went to Florida supposedly for a couple of weeks with my aunt. They're taking care of my grandma's place down there, getting it ready for sale, cleaning it out, and doing the helping my uncle, who's the executor of the estate, get everything lined out. And she's supposed to go down there for a couple of weeks and come back. Um, I'm not for sure when she's coming back, but things are going good with them down there. Um, so we had planned on having Thanksgiving here in West Virginia. So, I'd be with my brother and sister-in-law and my nephew. Hopefully my niece and her man and kids come up, and my son will all be there. So I think that's a nice trade, because sometime after Thanksgiving we go south. So we're in Florida for Christmas. But this cold weather has been driving me nuts. So the sooner I can get to the sunshine, I would feel a whole lot better. So yeah, we usually do um, um, Christmas in Florida, Thanksgiving here. So that way, at least we're with family here one holiday and the family there for one holiday. Michelle at work, it's fine. Have a fantastic Saturday. You too, sweetheart. And 3 a.m. Forge, Jason. Hello, honey. Hello. Oh, you didn't miss much. Me just freaking out because of my computer crapping out on me. Why it was doing it, I don't know. I think I know what caused it, but I'm not going to. I guarantee I ain't gonna be plugging that little fan back in anymore. That's for sure. So, but yeah, it's just been a whirlwind. It seems like this week. So Rick asked the other day. He said, "Can we just stay in Saturday?" And I'm like, "Honey, that's fine. I've got so many videos now that I could get probably 4 to 5 videos. Well, let's just play it safe. After I edit and everything, 3 to 4 videos out of the races, because yep, I have it. I have an extra. memory card in my phone, and even it's saying it was almost full. So I went in and I think I finally figured out how to transfer my pictures and my videos to my laptop, which was why I got scared. But I happen to think I hadn't deleted them from my phone yet. So, yay. So, I'm going to have to try and find the storage. I call them the storage boxes, but like a jump drives or whatever to put them on, was which I wanted to do anyway, so I can label them, file them away. But I was just waiting to get a little extra money to do all this stuff because, dogs had to go to vets, they got to get their medication. I had to get my medication refilled. Rick had to get his medication refilled. So sometimes that is, a little more important than a jump drive. Question. Jason, I have a um, Galaxy, a an Android phone, and so used to I could just plug my phone into my computer, and it would automatically transfer over, and then it quit, and I'm like, okay. And then Travis come down and realized, okay, the cord I was using didn't work right. It wasn't the right cord with it, so we found the cord, and he got on there and it went click, 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 boom, it did it. I'd go to do it and couldn't do it. I'm like, I know. I mean, I'm not stupid. I've done them before. So I'm like, okay, I just had to get in here one evening. Well, it was one night. I couldn't sleep. And got in here playing with it. And yesterday, or this morning, I was able to transfer all of my videos over to my laptop, transfer the pictures over, put them in files, you know. And what did Lee see? Diane, so true with emojis. Oh, yeah, I was reading that earlier. Taken down because someone spammed my chat with emojis. Yeah, that's why we don't like to use a whole lot of emojis. And I am thankful that Diane is right on top of that. Diane is the mod with the most. I'm telling you, she's right on top of everything. Our temperature, it's about, hang on, I have to turn my phone back on here to see. Uh, 45 in the Smokies, but 39 in the Smoky Mountain National Park, higher in the mountains. Um, hmm. Usually ours is lower than the mountains because I am right down in a valley. Um, so I'm waiting for my phone to turn back on there. And so got a copyright notification, which I'm not monetized. So it just saying that that video can't get monetized. And I haven't gone back in to look, but I figured it's the one where they were playing at the Pumpkin House where they were singing Country Roads. So I've got to go in and kind of clip that, which is something else I've got to learn to do because I've never done it to a published video before. It is 41 degrees today, but it's been getting down cold at night. 34. Um, let's see, Thursday, Friday. So I guess, gosh, just don't even. It's supposed to get down to 29 degrees tonight. So yeah. So yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. The temperatures. Yep. Hello, Marshall. my sweet, sweet friend. The Samsung Galaxy, I have the same. If you miss me on Discord, I can walk you through it. I think I've got that part figured out. Um, so that way I can, which I did get all of them loaded over onto my phone. I mean, from my phone to my computer. And I always unhook everything and make sure they're still showing up on the computer. Because once I did that, and then when I disconnected my phone, went in looking for them, they weren't on there. And I'm like, oh, you know. So, um, Darian, hello, hello, honey. Magnificent Germany with Darian. That awesome to see you here, honey. Oh Lord, am I getting behind? I'm getting behind. Yep, Diane is the queen of mods. Oh, let's see. Okay, get off my screen. Okay. YouTube really makes it easy to clip out or change sound on copyrights. Okay, good, good. Um, Derek Tenhoff. Hello, sweetheart. Haven't seen you in here for a while. The whole family has a cold. Oh, yes. That time of year when things change, seems like everybody gets sick. And I'm just not ready for it yet. And so everybody's saying hello, hello. But yeah, and then I did break down and purchase the didn't want to confuse you, but this is Darian chatting on my very new channel. Howdy, everyone. Hello, Darian. Um, I'm glad to have you here again. Another reason I was freaking out when the computer didn't work earlier was the fact that I did purchase my editing software. So I thought, well, I'm using the software, using the free version of the software. And I thought, well, so okay, if I go ahead and buy the subscription, then that should give me more photos, more music, more, it gives me more everything. So it's like I have to go in and learn it all over again. But it's just like, oh, Lord have mercy. So it's like I've been cheating and jumping in on my phone and doing it. Oh, yeah, editing is, um, I'm learning. I actually like it when I learn it. I got the Power Director, and so I thought, well, because it had the one icon, so I just thought it would expand that one. No, it threw up 4 or 5 more different icons, like one for each section. And I'm like, oh no. So I'm having to relearn, but I like it. I find that I like editing if I can get it to do what I want it to do. It's nowhere near perfect, um, but I'm having fun learning. So that is just Darian's. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, and then I wanted to go ahead and um, my Epic Sound, for some reason, it's not on my laptop now. So I'm going to have to try and put that back on there so I can get more music. Also, um, I'm sorry, I'm reading chat. Sorry. Um, so yeah, it's been fun, and I've figured if I want to be here in the cold and be stuck in the house, why not try to learn something new? And to tell you all, watching Kevin and Travis and Marshall doing their editing and stuff when they were here, I was like, oh my gosh, this is why they are so awesome at what they do. So yeah, I bit the bullet, spent the money, which now I feel guilty about doing because my computer may need work done, or I may need, I really should have gotten my own laptop, um, but I feel guilty about doing it now. Um, I always feel guilty when I spend the money for something like that. Yeah, but it can be challenging when the software doesn't want to cooperate. I tell the software, this is what I want. Why can't you do it? Just go click, click, and do it yourself. Oh, goodness. Now I am loving Canva. I will tell you the truth. I am loving Canva. That's what I use to do my thumbnails with. And I'm loving it. Um, I was asking Bernadette um, about the thumbnail that I used for this live stream. If it would be runny, accepted. And she was giving me some tips on things to do with and stuff. So that's what I love about it. Every time I go over to the Runny Eggs show, I always learn something new, you know, or it reinstills something or will explain something a little better. And I love it. I love it, you know. And it's like I said, it's like our vacation home, Diane calls it. There's some great people over there. Oh, yes, please stay warm. I remember uh, living in Michigan and it got cold. Marshall is going to, well, a lot of stuff to donate. Oh, Marshall, it's going well. Got a lot of stuff to donate. Oh, yes, the downsizing. Uh, Fairy Dust. Hello, Brene, my sweet, sweet friend. Uh, yep, Bernadette uses Canva. Uh, Marshall saying hello to Brene. And Dream on Wheels uses Canva. I love Canva. I mean, it just seems so easy to use. Well, looky here. Brian, hello, hello. Byron, By, Byron or Brian? Brian, right? Oh, sorry about that, honey. Hello, hello, honey. Welcome in, welcome in. Uh, we are talking software programs, and I use KineMaster for videos, but a certain diver still needs to walk me through. I wonder who that certain diver is. Uh, Diane Phoenix. I use Filmora Pro for my editing. And also, um, Roy and Becky's Travel uses Filmora. And I had played with that one, but I was more comfortable with the the free version of uh, Power Direct. So I went ahead with that one. And so I'm like, okay, but I still got to learn it all over again. Oh, a moment in the Word format. Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I was um, trying to see what everybody else was using and what the pros and cons, they had with them, and and stuff like that. And um, so, like I said, I was using that free version, and so I was happy with it, and didn't realize there was so much more to learn. So I keep forgetting I'm right-handed and I got my mic on the right side. Oh, joy, bless life. Hello from Brene. Oh, Ms. Ellie is saying hi to Brene. Joy, blessed life uses iMovie and Filmora. Uh, yeah, there's a good idea. Um, you could donate some of this stuff to Kevin's auction. Yeah, 12-hour live stream. Oh, I've got to get this, try to get this throw finished. I got so aggravated with it. It seemed like for every stitch I was putting in, I was taking 2 or 3 out, and I was getting aggravated. So I thought, I've got to set it aside for a little bit. I had to clear my mind, um, so it's still sitting over there looking at me every day going, nah, 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 nah. iMovie is what I use, says Marshall. And you have a great day too, Darian. Thank you for coming in. I am very happy that you were here. And so, um, yeah, and also last night got a I got a message, and then it's like trying to type back and forth, and with my fat fingers it's like, oh, misspelled, back up. And for some reason my phone wants to autocorrect the stupidest words. I can type in and it'll bring up on. And okay, I mean, and it's just really weird. I can put it's and it'll come up if, and I'm like, come on now, something's gotta be, so I'm like, okay, would you just rather do this over the phone? And so, as everybody notices, and I don't know how it works, maybe two great minds think alike, and so it seems that me and Nate from Land Cloud Adventures, which, if somebody wants to post his link, I would greatly appreciate it. Miss Diane, can you grab that for me, please? And post that for me. Um, he's back where he's got service now. And so it seems like we both decided at the same time to start doing the Thursday nights, you know? And it's like, neither one of us want to hurt each other. So it's like, okay, how are we going to, what do we need to do? And blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff. And, oops, I'm sorry. Okay, my fall video is saved. Now I need to check and start upload. It's 4K, takes a long time. Have a great day, y'all. Joy bless. I thank you so much for being here. And I know what you're talking about. It takes a while, especially when you got my speeds, right, guys? I didn't know really what they were talking about until I started uploading some of my videos. Yeah, that's why I do them a lot at night, so I can just let them upload overnight. But Thank you, Michael Ann, for dropping that. Um, so, me and Nate have been working on a solution for our Thursday night sections. So, I will wait for an email back from him before I say anything permanently. But we're trying to work something out. And he said, like, this Thursday, he's got something he's going to be doing. So he wouldn't be going live this Thursday, which is great because I have something special planned for Thursday. And so, and then I told him, I said, after that, we'll work it out because, he needs the hours and I need the subs. So he's closer to getting his hours and getting monetized. So to me, that brings up a it's more important to me. Um, so we're trying to work out a schedules and work out something to where we all benefit because hello, Victoria May. Hello, honey. And, oh, yes, Nate's still here. I'm glad we were able to talk too because I felt like, oh my God, I'd done him wrong and I felt bad and all of this stuff. So, but when we get something nailed down, we will let you know. But if it works out the way we were talking, I think it is going to be hilarious. I mean, I really do. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So, so yeah, so hopefully we can get that straightened out. And Lee, ironing my stuff ready for tomorrow. Ironing? A man that irons? Wow, I never thought I'd see it. Get a picture of that. Wow. I can't help. See my cup. I love my cup. I love my cups. Um, but yeah, what I did, and I'll tell you about my cups. While they're not available yet, I wanted all of my guests that was here for my mini meetup to have a special gift that commemorated their time at my house. So me and Yanai was out shopping and they all got a mug. And of course I got me and Rick one too. So they got mugs to commemorate that, except for Kevin. I got him dog treats. Dog treats and toys. um, but I know that was something that, he could use for sure on the road. But yeah, that was my gift for them for being here that week. It meant so much to me. And the more I look at those cups, the more I'm liking them. So, hmm. Uh, what's this here? Communication is the answer to most problems. Yes, most definitely. Because I think the world of Nate. I really do. He is another one of those adopted little brothers. So, yes, I do get very protective of him too. Um, it's always, um, yes, you got the mug too. Yes. But that's because you all are special to me, and I just wanted, oh, a military thing. Oh, yeah, that's true. They last longer and don't get burnt. Oh, goodness. When my son was in the junior ROTCs, they were the first school from the state of West Virginia that ever um, got invited, or won their way, to the nationals. So here we loaded up these kids on a bus, took them to Daytona for the national competitions, and we were in a hotel. We had most of ours were all on like one floor. And the night before competitions, I had an iron out and an ironing board out in the hallway, ironing the kids' uniforms and stuff as they went through. My ex-husband went also, but he was in a different section, um, helping them clean their guns. He basically was like making sure everything was tight and right, and and all this stuff. And it was just, there was a couple of parents that was sitting there with needle and threads and whatever needed to be done to uniforms, and it was just, it was hilarious. And then before they would go into inspections, um boondocking with Boomer Lance. Hello, hello, honey. Oh my goodness. Hello, sweetheart. And so when they would get ready to go into um, the inspection part of the competition, it was so funny though, because we would be there with little scissors, clipping off any little loose threads, giving the last polish to the buttons, making sure, those cloths that you get for the car to wash your car, the gloves like you put on, where, some parents, one mother has those, doing the buttons, taking lint, making sure that there's no lint, we got our lint rollers, and then I am literally, me and another mother is down on our hands and knees, and they would walk between us, and we would take those mitts and we're polishing their shoes, knocking all the dust off. I mean, they polished them already, but we're dusting their shoes as they go through, you know, and it's just like you had these big academies that were looking at us because we were such a stickler for detail. We had hairspray for the girls' hair, making sure they didn't have flyaways and bobby pins like you wouldn't believe. And but when they would go into inspection, we made sure that every little detail was taken account, and they always scored good in that part. And we had big academies and stuff that's going, hey, you guys, see what they're doing? You all need to be doing this stuff. And so while our guys were in for the inspections, which I wouldn't go into, because if anybody has ever been into those inspections, they are asked a lot of questions, and you got to realize these are drill sergeants talking to cadets, um, you know, and so they have that drill instructor voice and stuff. And I'm like, you ain't talking to my kid like that. So I always stayed out in the hallway. So while they were in there, I'm teaching the other moms from the other places. I'm showing them what we do. And I would loan them, like, our gloves or whatever to buff their shoes with. And it was hilarious. But yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not going in to watch them do the inspections, because you got the drill instructors there, yelling at them. Well, not yelling, but you know how they use that boisterous voice, wanting to know about their rifles and uh, all this stuff. So it's just like, so I would always sit in the hallway. But yes, I definitely know about the military ironing. Oh Lord, not fun, not fun at all. Sorry, guys. Oh, but anyway, yes, let's get back to shoe shines. Oh my goodness. Yep. Let's get back to chat, see if I missed anything. Everybody saying hello to Lance. Lance saying hi to everybody else. So yeah, so Tuesday I've got to get out. I've got a doctor's appointment with my lung doctor, which yes, I know. Don't preach at me. I know. Yes, I smoke, and I'm going to see a lung doctor. But I don't think it has. Well, it always has something, you know. But we're going to see what they have to say. Bernadette, yep, know all about that, Angie. Your dad was a military man. Michael Ann says her boys wouldn't even know how to shine shoes. I have to admit that that is one thing I did like about the junior ROTCs. Now, granted, my son was in it for 4 years. He definitely wanted to go military, but we kept noticing, he couldn't lose the weight. And we found out he's diabetic. So it is, virtually impossible, it seems like. But anyway, and that is something he's been struggling with because they still uh, can't get it regulated. Elizabeth, I did it almost 10 years in the military. Don't miss that part. Oh gosh, girl. And thank you for your services, honey. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, that is the part nobody really likes. But my son was in there for 4 years. And so I was always going to competitions with him and everything. Um, so the one thing I loved about the junior RTC program, it taught respect. Um, you know, did it work on, you know, every kid? No. But most of the kids would learn um, the respect of, for one, respecting themselves, their community, each other. They'd show more respect for their schools, their own families. Um, and two, I would get so heartbroken sometimes when you would see kids in there and Johnny's Journey, painting and listening. Hello, hello. When you would see kids, their parents would just drop them off at practice or at competitions and didn't show back up. Actually, the kids home because their parents didn't show up to pick them up. And what gets me is, especially on a day of competition, when they're there all day long and they're competing in different things and um, which we always would serve food, but there was a lot of things that they would have to buy, like their snacks and stuff like that. But the parents wouldn't even see that they had snack money or you know or anything. They just dropped them off like we were babysitters. And but um we always had special treats set back for. No kid ever, under my watch, no kid ever went hungry, you know. And so yeah, we always made sure that everybody was taken care of. uh so and I miss the kids, I really do. Oh no, Jason, keep that up there, please. Please keep that up there. Miss Ellie saying hi to Johnny. Marshall, hi to Johnny. And she's saying hi. Diane saying, I spit shine most combat boots over the years. And he's, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yes. Yeah, that is, I mean, and I will admit, until going through the junior ROTC with our kids, um, I mean, I was always a patriotic type person, but then when, you see the behind the scenes and you hear some of the behind the stories, and they always did on Veterans Day, they did a thing called Take a Vet to School. And what we would do is we had a big honor thing for them, honoring all of them. And then we would have like a small luncheon for them. And to hear some of the stories, and, uh, and it's mind blowing, with the scouts for years, it was surprising the number of parents that used it as a babysitting service. Exactly. Um, everybody, you know, when I would get on the bus, it's like, hey, hey, or they go, Angie, 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 and I'd have to answer. I'd say, what? And they'd go, hey, like that. But they always teased, and I was Mama Angie, or Mama A, they would call me, because so many kids was like, I wished you was my mama. I wished you was my mom. You take such interest in everything with us. And so I'm like, well, honey, well, I'll be your junior ROTC mom. And so I was Mama A to a lot of kids. And you would see kids that were failing in classes. And, you just give them a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of love. And you see their grades start to rise. You see the pride in themselves start to, show, and just you watch these little kids just blossom. Why? Just because somebody cared, you know? And that's a shame. I mean, it really is. Just because somebody cared made that person, that cadet, or, a better person. And it's a shame. That's their job of their parents, you know. Yeah. Was also in the shooting squad. Yep. The only reason my son wasn't in the shooting squad, where where he's a larger fella, and you see a picture of him in my intro, and a couple of little things on my thing. He couldn't get his legs to lock in the position, the squatting or the kneeling position. And of course, you got to get him to lock in. And he couldn't do that. But he could outshoot any of them. But he just could not get down into one of the lock positions. His legs were just too round. He couldn't do it. But that was the only reason he wasn't in the shooting squad, or the sniper squad, I think they called it. But he was a better shot than, most of them that were on the squad. But, he would give him tips and, stuff like that. You know, exactly. Seen so much growth in the boys just from having someone show interest and listen. That's exactly right. You would be sickened over the number of suicidal kids we see, 6 years to 18 years. It's so crazy. Yeah, it is, Johnny. And I always thought about I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher. And And I hate to admit, I'm so glad I didn't go down that route, because my heart is so big that these kids would tear me up, and I'll be afraid that I would be in a lot of trouble with a lot of the parents, because I would be in their face way too much, you know. Um, yeah, kids need adults to nurture and support them and help them grow. How can they learn to be good adults if they don't have good adults? I don't want to use the word training, but influencing them. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh, you can tell this is, y'all getting me off on a tangent that would take another hour. But you got to remember one thing: today's kids are tomorrow's leaders. And when you're raising those kids, raise them today the way you would want them to act tomorrow. Because, like I said, today's kids are tomorrow's leaders. And unfortunately, sometimes it looks pretty bleak, you know. But that's why me and my cousin, we have this saying, which, well, he started it. He just said, respect life. Respect life, respect each other. And if the world would just, if half the world would take that into consideration, it would be such a happier place to be. My 14-year-old grandson was suicidal after his brother died. He's still in therapy. Yeah. And I'm glad, I am tickled, so glad he's getting the therapy. Because when, I don't know about everybody else's, but around here, when a kid is known to be in therapy, other kids will make fun of it, you know? And so a lot of kids won't let on that they need help. They hide it, you know? And it's a shame. It is a shame. It's easier to build strong children than to, oh my gosh, I love that, Michael Ann. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Ah, I had never heard that before, but that is so true. So true. You know, but getting back up here to Diane's too, um, you know, whether it's a child or an adult, never, ever, ever be ashamed to say, I need some therapy, you know, um, because therapy is a way to release a lot of things. And until you get some release, you can't start the healing and the rebuilding. I had therapy, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And I was doing really good until my dad passed away. And I just hit it and hit it and hit it. And then about a couple of years later, it just all surfaced. And I realized that, I'm not okay. Everybody say, how you doing? Oh, I'm okay. Not really. But I learned that it's okay not be okay. As long as you're working on being okay, you know. Ah, ha, ha. Hello, Susan. I'm so glad you're here. You know, And Johnny's saying that's the sad place we're in right now. It is so awful. Yeah. He lost 3 people he was close to within 3 months. It was hard for the entire family, but worse for him because the third loss was a classmate and a friend. Yeah, that is so sad. Um, it and then and it doesn't make how can I put this? Therapy is just a form of medication. Okay, that's the way I look at it. It is a doctor's visit. Um, Therapy is nothing to be ashamed of. Um, I would rather tell somebody I have to go get therapy or I'm going to my therapy appointment than have somebody tell me, girl, you need therapy, um, because that means I am working on getting better. And that's the whole goal in life is to do better. Yeah, I've talked about a little on Discord. My therapist suggested forging to help me, and it has worked wonders. Yes, that things like that will help. Um, my son actually has starting to show an interest in forging, and he was down there one day and he was making a knife. Now, granted, he just stacked some rocks up, built a fire in there, had him an old piece of metal that he got something out of Dad's garage, okay? And he had the anvil out there. And I said, well, how's your knife going, son? He said, I broke it. I'm like, oh, wrong steel or something? He said, no, I was getting frustrated. He got something on his mind, got frustrated, and was taking it out on the knife and literally beat it into. I said, well, did you feel better after that? And he said, well, yeah, kind of. I said, so that's a form of therapy right there, kiddo. you know. So it was funny though. He's like, yeah, I kind of beat it into. Uh, oh gosh. Oh, I could not handle that. One of the reasons I left the fire department, which, is a volunteer fire department, I can handle the flagging and all that stuff. But one of the last runs I went on was a house fire, which I never would go in. They always sent the more experienced in. And I was learning to work the trucks, the valves and stuff on the trucks. But this one we knew was going to be bad when it came in. And there was a husband, a wife, a special needs sister, and another child um, that did. The boys made it out because they had been out. Well, they weren't even in the house. They had been out fishing that night over the riverbank. Then they came up the bank and saw their family's house on fire. And I had went to school with the girl, and where I worked insurance, I worked with her mom and her. I knew them all. And that was about the last run. My biggest fear was always running up on a car accident that was somebody I knew. That never happened, but unfortunately, um, I have seen a couple, things, but that was the last one. Um, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. All I could do was stand around and hug the family, which I didn't feel like was a lot, but they said it was. It was comforting, you know. Criminal Minds. I love that show. I'm surprised I hadn't seen it. I'm sorry, I missed you coming in. Tumbleweed RV Life. Hello, hello. I will get off of my little soapbox and get down through here a little bit and yeah, yeah, there's so much out there. And I'm like, Debbie, how in the world does a 4-year-old even know about suicide? Uh, it would just, mm, mm, mm. Oh, oh, goodness gracious. But anyway, um, yep, it starts going. Yeah, so, yeah, Jim was a fireman along with my dad, and they saw things that gave them nightmares. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Well, everybody, I have gone 10 minutes over. I started, well, I don't know. What time is it? Let's see here. I still got, but I started early and I've been on here for a little over an hour. And um, yeah, that's what I did with the junior ROTC kids. I actually had one call me from boot camp, and she was having a rough time in boot camp. And she said, Mama A, I just need that word of encouragement. And so, I told, just talk to her, and I told her no matter what, she was like, can I do this? Should I just, should I just give up? Should I, and I'm like, either way, honey, I'm going to be proud of you. Whether you finish or not, you tried. So to me, that is an accomplishment more than most people do. Um, so I told her that, you know, either way, I was proud of her. And she said, she told me later, just knowing that I was proud of her, that she felt like she was doing something right, and she stuck with it. Um, Unfortunately, health reasons took her out later, but it wasn't because she didn't try. So, okay, guys, I am going to get off of here now, and I think I'm going to go have me some lunch and be good humans. I love that saying. Um, there's a girl I watch, the Murder Mystery Makeup Mondays, and then she does another podcast on dark history, and she tells everybody, be good humans, make good choices, and so, but yeah, guys, just remember that you're loved more than you ever know. um yeah, that's so true. When you're drowning, you don't just say, I would be incredibly pleased if somebody would notice me drowning. You just scream. That's right. And so, yeah, that is just, and that's what I want you all to know. Please don't scream at me, but I'm here. You know, I am here at all times. I have an email address up there. I am on Facebook, so you can Facebook message me if you would like. Um, you know, if you want, let me know. I'll send you my phone number, or you can send me yours. I am starting to make a notebook with everybody's contact information in it. And I just love each and every one of you. And you all have become my family. Like I said from day one, you enter as strangers, but we leave as family. And I love each and every one of you. And remember, guys, adventure awaits. Find yours and make your memories. But I love you, and I will talk to you all again Thursday night. But until then, I will see you in the streets of YouTube. Bye, guys.